a shame we have to cover this up.
Yeah, but it's pure and simple progress. It's faded.
Whoa, buddy, whoa.
People call me from, well, all over the world for unusual projects, and I like the unique things. So finally, after 12 years, I'm here. And I've been here since January and working away. And the work has sort of evolved on its own. So I came in and actually found 5 of the 6 murals that were painted by E.J. Hughes, Paul Goranson, and Orville Fisher. These paintings were done one of 4 huge mural projects carried out between 1935 and 1938 by these 3 gentlemen, and they did 2 huge mural projects in Vancouver, the Malaspina Hotel murals, and then another huge project in San Francisco. These are the only murals that exist today from that venture by these 3 gentlemen. You can see a picture of the Malaspina Hotel on the waterfront, and that was 12 years ago, and actually that was during the salvaging that the murals were found. That meant that they went to remove faux wood paneling off the wall and discovered this image looking at them, which was a 9-foot high image of Captain Malaspina sketching the Gabriola galleries. And in fact, on this other end down here, you'll see his face. So then further discussion with the archives were called in, and then they found me because this is what I do. This is one of the mural sections right here. And here's one of the mural sections being lifted. They were taken out in 3 what we call monoliths, the 9 feet high, and we took 17 feet of the murals. So that's what I've been dealing with, is the 17 feet long piece. And those were taken in 3 sections, and each one of those sections were completely individualistic. They each moved out in their own particular way. Some wanted to move left, one right, and so it was fun trying to get them out. You know, especially when you think about the hotel, it did a lot of different uses over the time. When it was open, it was the buffet room, and a lot of sort of festivities happened there, but then it got, was also a peanut bar and a radio station, and then homeless people lived there for a while. And then it was vacant for a long time, so it's remarkable that we have something like this. But we ended up with nearly 20,000 pounds of concrete. We can see on some of these on here. Here's the painting on, here's the concrete, here's the mortar and plaster with horsehair for binders, and then there's a fine plaster layer. And then they had oil paint, which was basic, in big containers from a hardware store given to them, and that's how they proceeded to create the murals. And the 3 artists just had room and board for doing this bit of work. It was just before the war, before all 3 of them went off to become very well-respected war artists. You can see here are the studs on the walls that were actually nailed into the murals, and I took out nails that were this thick. So when I finally got to unveil these and start taking the thousands of squares of tissue off to find out the real condition of it, what I found was because the murals were stored in a partially outside area and different areas, I found a lot of things that had happened. And one of the main things was that it delaminated from the surface. It's just the general character of the concrete has been irregular. So we have had to deal with that in taking them out of the hotel, but also now in the storage, they did their reaction to humidity and temperature, and that was one of the big surprises I had. This also gives you an example of how the perimeters of the murals looked. So every segment of paint is repositioned into its place and protected. So you see here are sections here too that will be put back together. All of you coming today made me think of it. Someday we're going to stand and we're going to do that opening, and I'm going to stand there and be able to say, well, you know, what I've been telling to my clients, have you ever waited 12 years for something?